Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and the Black Ice campaign. And where we left off, we were playing France and we'd moved into 1937. Now, there has been some slight changes. The principle of which is I have replayed the whole last year, but there has been no real changes. The reason I've had to replay the whole last year is because I believe I was suffering from a bug that was going to stop the German AI from doing anything. And as you can see, there are now units in the Rhineland. So in 1936, I had the Rhineland event trigger. So the only thing you've really missed by me replaying the year is that the German AI has done a lot of events like the Rhineland that impact us. So the Rhineland event just means we lose a little bit more neutrality. So I thought I'd just go through the start of this episode and just explain some of the minor differences. So in this world, I've not spent any time on reinforcement whatsoever, which has meant I've been able to get more of my production queue of ships finished. So, you know, we're actually looking like mid-37, we're going to have a lot of ships out, which is really good. The quicker I can get this production queue finished, the quicker I can get us actually putting on stuff that we want to be doing. Now, I need to just sort out a few issues with our resources at the moment. So, the UK, we want to buy your shit. And then if we can do a trade with someone else actually for energy for the other sort of 25. Really, we want a big hitter, but I want to sell stuff to the United States. So actually, let's sell... Oh, they don't want to buy my supply. It's a bit unusual. Ah, but the UK does. Oh, that was stupid. Who else can I sell to? Ah, Australia. They're not interested either. So we'll just have to run for a deficit for a while. Unfortunately. I spent a huge amount of time building up a money stockpile, but it looks like a load of my trade agreements got cancelled. So metal. Yeah, we can buy that from the United States. Get 50, yeah, that sorts out our troubles on that. Or it should have sorted it out. There we go. Okay, so it's just energy now that we're lacking, and I need to get some more money in. I need to sort our supply situation out. But yeah, I think our production is looking a lot better. But yeah, I'm sorry I had to replay that off screen. I'm playing on version 4.2, so if you want to fix that bug, you need to revert your game version, because Hearts of Iron 3, the development team, very nicely, I must say, have released some patches for some security issues. And, you know, you've got to thank them for that. But the problem is that they, by releasing those patches, it actually breaks the game. If you're playing Black Ice, which is not great. A little bit frustrating. But I've moved all of our naval assets into one port. We have 156 ships, which is actually pretty impressive. That's more than enough, I think, to take out the Italians. As long as we get some good engagements. But yeah, this will be another episode of building up. Okay, so money-wise, we're losing 19 a day. And the United States now is probably our most likely, source of funds. Okay, so they'll buy 29 supplies a day. I wonder if the Spanish Republic will do one as well. Nope. Netherlands? Nah, the Soviets. They often buy supply, yeah. Yeah, okay. So that just means we need to put a little bit more into our supply production. And hopefully that sorts our money out. Yeah, that does indeed. And then we can do some more trades for energy. So I assume that the UK will let us buy more energy out of them. Well, apparently they won't. It's interesting. we just done a trading room with them. We just done... Oh, 23. That's actually enough. Hey, Norway. No, Norway is not interested. We'll just wait for the UK to re-tick. I don't think we need to do fuel ones at the moment. But yeah, I hope everyone's keeping well. I did a live chat with the audience in the last episode of this that went up. So it was nice to speak to a couple of you there and then. And thanks to the comments from everyone else about the series. Quite enjoying playing France. I did have some questions about tactically how I was going to play this. Now, when it comes to building IC, I won't build IC on the mainland. I will probably build IC round here. And you'll have to forgive me because I don't know what this is actually, you know, what the land mass around here is called. Because it's just unhelpfully called Africa. Now, I'm sure there's a name for this, but yeah, I am not really sure. So, yeah, a few things I want to do is maybe build up some of my infrastructure. Ideally, this province here. And then build up our IC. So, I think this is a good ground for some IC. And I think here as well would be good. Just to build it up, really, so that we have a bit of a base that hopefully will flip to us when peace is signed. But to be honest, if we lose the Battle of France... I think we probably have lost this campaign. I will... Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that as well. Yeah, I'm not... On the one hand, you know, it would be fun to sort of play this campaign, you know, past, you know, if we do lose the war. But equally, I can see it being remarkably boring at that point. So, yeah, this might be a short one, depending on how the war goes. If I can rearrange my army, build up a really nice force, punch into Italy, hopefully take them out, and then hold a decent defensive line against the Germans, then I think that could be more interesting as a campaign than if I just get absolutely steamrolled. I mean, if I get steamrolled, of course you'll all see me getting absolutely whooped. But after we do get whooped, it's at that point that it becomes maybe a slightly less interesting campaign. But, you know, I'll leave that up to you guys. If everyone really wants to see me just bumble about in Africa for, you know, a few years, then, yeah, I'm more than welcome to. I mean, I guess I could take, like, you know, Vichy, French Syria, sorry. That was... words are hard. Oh, and I've got to put the timer on. I've been trying to put timer on recently on my videos just to, make them a little bit more time consistent. And keep it to slightly smaller episode lengths. Because otherwise I just go on and on. Right, so... hopefully the game doesn't crash. Yeah. No crash, that's good. And I'm going to let those logistic techs sort of carry on. And speaking of which, I now have a very large amount of spies. So I think it's maybe time to do some infiltration work. So do I have any spies anywhere? Just in the friendly nations. Okay. So, neighbours. Germany. United Kingdom is a neighbour, apparently. Interesting. Right, counter-espionage, and I think we want to do some increased threat on them. Now, Italy. Counter-espionage, and then I think... disrupt national unity. Let's try and bring that down a little bit. Now, politically, we're looking fairly stable. So, the ruling party is the Social Democrats, and we are in power pretty nicely. There's only one Social Democrat actually in the cabinet. The cabinet's all made up of Social Liberals, which, in fairness, is the third largest party, and they are beating out the right-wing parties, so to speak. And we've got a lot of these nationalization events, which give us some little benefits. So, Pierre Cotte, Secretary of the French Air Force, decreed that national security was too important for the production of warplanes to be left in the hands of private enterprises. Therefore, on July 36, the French government began nationalising many of the larger aircraft companies, creating 6 state-owned companies which encompass the majority of aeronautical production. However, the aircraft engine industry, even as it proved incapable of providing the badly needed powerful engines, escaped nationalisation. Despite these efforts, French industry couldn't produce enough aircraft, and they started turning to America to buy some planes. Interesting. I didn't realise that in the interwar years, the French really went to this sort of scale of nationalisation. It's really interesting. As I say, I've never really looked into sort of French interwar history, at this sort of high level. So learning about their nationalisation efforts is it's quite amazing, to be honest. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, did it? Sadly. Okay, so these are all 37. Let's get basing. And then I think we're back onto the infantry techs. Yeah, so we've got that one. Oh, so we've made our way back around to artillery. So our tech's looking pretty good, actually. I've sort of corrected some of the errors, I think, personally, with our tech situation. Okay, so we've had another light cruiser come out. So, what does that mean for the rest of you? Hopefully the practical's gone up a little bit. Yeah, April 4th. Perfect. And the sooner we get out those battleships and battle cruisers, the better. Now, the only one I'm a bit worried about is the Jean Bar here, because it hasn't got a tile. So, hopefully that won't crash the game when I deploy that. I mean, to be fair, I could just cancel it, couldn't I? The thing is, it is a battleship. I'll see how long it takes to build, and then I'll decide on that one, I think. Ooh, loads of trade. All for fuel. No, no, no. Every time I go negative on fuel, they just think, oh, he needs all the fuel. And we're ending the Second London Naval Treaty. A bit of a failure on British interwar politics, but it says a lot, really. I need to do another energy trade. Hopefully I'll get one through myself. Okay, just lost a load of strategic effects. I built up enough money to try and buy some aluminium and extras and things. So, I literally just concentrated on nothing but money. To the detriment of pretty much all of these. As you can tell from my metal and rares levels. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, so we'll do the energy trade. So we're only going down by 10 a day on that one. Japan wants our fuel, but we're not going to be prepared to sell it to them. Yeah, so we'll do that one with America. That's really good. Yeah, we're green all across the board, apart from on fuel, but fuel sort of ticks both ways. We're going to keep those 36 techs going. Okay, so an assassination attempt. Everywhere is green and happy at the moment. I don't really want the daily descent change, but the minus 30% money... It's only till April 13th. Let's just do what we can to calm things down. Okay, artillery. Yeah, we'll let all of these run. Because we're going to need as much organisation as we can, to be honest. That is going to be imperative. And haha, yes. So that's a 39 tech. We don't need to do that. Now, I want to do superior strength. Yes, because I want all of our units to be extremely strong. So, yeah, I need to get onto that immediately. And I'll let those 37 ones roll. That's fine by me. I'm happy for all of them to keep going. Yeah, we want our doctrine, our operational stuff, all as really as good as possible. Great, we've got moderate research. Breakthrough on tanks. So yeah, that event wasn't triggering either, actually, I should mention. The university one, where we get to pick what we were wanting to specialise in, that didn't trigger either. So there was quite a few minor gripey issues going on there. Right, so we can get artillery up. And we're still looking really good on officer ratio, actually. Yeah, and all of those have expired. Okay, so we can get some French paratroopers. I don't know if that spawns a unit. I think... Did I see a unit? No, I saw something. Ah! Is it you? Yeah, there's copper, zinc. They've all gone. I did nothing but really produce supply and do some basic production. Rather than consistently try and put things into reinforcement, because, you know, we're not at war, so we don't need to worry about reinforcement. But it does say we need 71.9 manpower to reinforce to full strength, which is quite a bit. But we are very nearly close to having more naval stuff out. And I'm really hoping that battlecruiser, when it finishes, will make the other battlecruiser go a lot quicker. Okay, so advanced education investment, I'm going to let that roll. Hopefully we get a lot of extras for that. No. Oh yeah, another 2 production things, so... Oh, sorry, Have I gone? Nope. There we go. Okay, so we want that one then. And armoured car design, unless we can get, yeah, 3-man turret. Let's get 3-man turret going. Then we'll do armoured car. And let's keep that officer ratio ticking on up. Okay, so core HQ. That's 39 tech, so I can leave that alone. Now, did that open up something in Grand Battle Plan? No, it didn't. So in that case, armoured cars. Let's get the next level. Special Forces, we can get the mountain warfare equipment, which is an important one to get, because that helps unlock, I think, pack artillery. Which I don't know if we can build immediately, actually. I'll take a look at that. No, so yeah, we need the mountain warfare equipment, so we'll get on that. That's going to take until October. And then we've got some basic gun types to research. Okay, Army Group HQ, that's a 39 tech. Central Planning, that's 36 tech, so we can get both of those. I really like the Grand Battle Plan, actually, because I really like the delay between attacks reduction is really good, and there's a lot of that everywhere. And I also like the combat reinforced chance, because it means you can quickly get units like into the battle rather than having to wait. So, and I think that could be pivotal. Right, so direct fire training. Yeah, I need to do this one as well, actually. Yeah, I've actually missed that tech. Oh well, it's only sort of the morale one, so that's not too important. Attritional fighting. Okay, direct fire unit training, hedgehog. Yeah, let's get the short barrel HE gun. And yep, there we go. Another light cruiser. So we're down to our last couple there. And in fact, that battle cruiser will finish before the other light cruiser, so that's really good. Okay, army command structure. We're not getting many events at the moment. Italy has just triggered their trains run on time event, which just gives them a pretty minor boost, actually. I think it's 5% IC increase, which, you know, you can take it or leave it, can't you? Yeah, so I think what just finished, all leveled up. Army command structure, which gets us, yeah, some more delay or some more changes to when we can attack again. We're still green on everything. We will recruit some African units, which means that tech is at 38, so we can finish that. But I've been watching some old boxing matches, some fight rewinds on BT stroke YouTube, because they've had a few, just sort of some of the old fights coming on there. They had the McGregor one on the other day that popped up on my home feed, so I gave that a little watch. I'm not the biggest boxing fan in the world, but I've watched some of the sort of bigger ones, some of the bigger fights that have come up before. Yeah, and that's still progressing at 100%. That's all that matters. I didn't realise that there's a biased intellectual. Oh, it's you. Do I want you? Or do I want this guy? I think I want that guy. Oh, I had no idea. Oh yeah, and you. Oh, we must have had an election, and I've not noticed. Yeah, no thank you. I want someone that increases national unity changes, please. Ooh, this guy. 25% ruling party support. Hell yes. You're much better than some of the other options. Ooh, and I like this guy. Silent workhorse. Camille. This guy looks great. That's more like it. We've had some decent new politicians pop up. It's worth checking that every now and then, actually, as France. Normally, I'm not that bothered by the whole political stuff, but for a change, we've actually got some useful people. Now, I know that means that I'm going to lose a little bit of leadership, but that's not actually that important, because we're looking alright on officers at the moment. 109% is pretty good. And hopefully that means we produce things a little bit quicker. Yep, looks like it. Right, battlecruiser. Ooh, baby. The Dunkirk. Good name. Very good name. Durand VL class. You can see the guns are front-facing. It's not a great image, is it, to be honest? I was thinking the light cruiser should have finished, but looks like it hasn't. Now, all of our ships are now progressing, which is good. 10.86 IC. I think that's worth doing, to be fair. I don't really understand why 2 battleships cost the same as 1 battlecruiser, but 38 isn't too bad, and it's only going to be an investment of 40 IC. I mean, although saying that, that is a lot of planes. But for the first time in this campaign, we are running at a near surplus of production capacity, which is great. We need our unity just to kick on up, really, as quick as possible. How are we looking before we can get some extra better laws? So, in particular, we would like to move away from consumer product orientation to mixed industry. So, we can't do that one until we're at war. And at that point, we might be able to do heavy industry. Now, basic mobilization is sort of the first ticking point. We need unity of 60 for that. So, we've reached one of our ones because our national neutrality is 63. So we're actually pretty close, I think. Yeah, we just need our unity to go up a little bit quicker. So hopefully now that will happen. Yeah, it's ticking up a lot better. I almost want to disable fuel ones. Don't send me fuel requests, AI. Yeah, 57 national unity. It's building on up. Okay. So, we now have a little bit of free capacity for the first time in a while. We only have 5 IC, though, free. This is a lot of investment for one ship, when these two cost pretty much the same as that. And I'm not sure it's worth it. Although saying that, my planes are bloody expensive at the moment, aren't they? Okay, how much would IC cost down here? Oh, not that much. Okay. Let's also get a little bit of infrastructure. We might as well build our IC off the mainland. So, that's what we shall be doing. Oh, we can buy nickel. So that's good. Building up all that money actually meant something. Okay, so Great War Analysis is finally at 1918 level. And we're into June. We're running a deficit now. We've got some trade requests, but it's only for energy. Yeah, we'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that. We won't do that. We will do that. Yeah, and we're building a lot of money up. Ooh, and we've had a lot of these tick to 37, so that is good. We can come back to them later. Let's get planes all leveled up across the board. And we need to get the carrier ones upgraded as well. We're going to have a lot of upgrades to do as well, to be fair. So this is going to be one of the rare times where I'm going to prioritize certain units over other units, which is something I don't normally do, but I might as well actually start getting that ready relatively soon. Specifically, I'm going to prioritize any fast and mountain divisions. So these guys, for example, although, why have they got medium artillery in? Oh, what is it with the French and artillery? Never, right, just FYI, never do this. Please, for division composition, you don't need 2 different types of artillery in one division. I mean, on paper, yeah, it sounds great. But it's not. Just don't do that. You're better off putting anti-tank in these. By a country mile. Okay, we've got some consumer goods orientation stuff done. I'm debating these ships. I really am. On the one hand, I think it would be great, but on the other hand, I'm like, gonna be shortchanged. But I only really need to build air forces, don't I think. I probably don't need that many more land divisions. Yeah, we'll let that roll. And that is ticking down slowly but surely. And another moderate breakthrough on tank tech. Let's have a little look at that. So that's at 38 levels. So I don't know whether or not that's that moderate research paying off there. And no thank you for any of them. Industry. Yeah, we'll let that roll. 36. Yeah, I'm not bothered about fuel. Infrastructure, okay. 39, yeah, happy to do that. That one's finished, and yeah, I'm just gonna get that direct fire one going. Machine gun focus was at 38, didn't notice that. Don't need to do anything on there. And that's stopping us from getting the 1,000 kilogram bomb, but whatever. Let's get aerodynamics. Okay, very good. And we're midway through 37. 37's moving quite quickly. Not a lot going on at the moment. Let's check out espionage. And oh, we got another armored brigade. It says it's formed, but it... right. It goes into production queue. And again, I really am not a fan of that division composition. You don't need armor and light armor in the same one. And you don't need a bulky division like that. That is disgusting. I'll take it, but it's not what I want. And I might as well send some troops to China, just to give them some support. Because worst case scenario, they lose, and I just get some free info. Oh, and I lose some dissent out of that event. That's really good. Because we were just building a little bit, but that immediately got rid of that. That's a 38 tech. Not do that. 37 there. Bombing site is worth getting. And then we're back around to these, which we're already doing, so I can get that 37 machine gun support there. Grand Battle Plan seems to be more based around like British Doctrine than it does French. So, not that I'm complaining about that, to be honest. Okay, so we can get that 37 tech. We can get this as well, which isn't my favourite, but a bit of defensiveness isn't that bad. And bearing in mind against Germany, we are going to be on the defensive. That could be quite important. So, yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Well, actually, let's give it a go. Befehlenstaktik. Order command. Apparently, is what that is called. Now, I need to get some air stuff going, but I think the operational techs, keeping them up to date is probably more important. Armoured car designs. No, no. Your upper level. This is all relatively, so far, going pretty well. I'm quite happy, and yeah, national unity is just going up slowly but surely. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll get 60. Could do some events to just give us a little bit of national unity. That would be good. Just to give us a little bit of a boost. Not much of a boost, just a small boost. Just to get us over that 60 mark. Ooh. Ooh hoo hoo. Oh, yay, limited... Oh, wait, there's limited restrictions. Okay, so we have a little bit less IC. It's a little bit better for counterintelligence. But it means our national unity changes will go up a little bit quicker. Yes, we want this. We want this. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Normally I wouldn't go for that. But that's good. That is actually useful for a change. Yeah, I'll let that 37 tech go. Let's get mobile unit training. We're going to have a very well-doctrined army. Our air force might not be so hot, though. And in the Soviet campaign, that was a bit of a problem. Especially towards the end. And also, Germany is going to have a lot of airfields very close by. So, yeah, this could be a problem. Yeah, I'll let that roll. Right, I am coming to the end of my timer. So, I think it'll have been about 40 minutes-ish. So, I am probably going to call it an episode in a sec. Let's just get to the 15th, shall we? You know what? We'll call it here. So, thank you very much for watching this episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. It is a bit of a slower one, this one, but we are building up quite nicely. And I think I've got to make a decision about the production queue. So, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.